Hello, and welcome back to Engine, the final episode, episode 3. So I forgot to go over the collision tests, the collision manager, and all that fun stuff. So I'm just going to make a quick video about that. So for the collision manager, this new command and associated command manager for the group update. So I just do it in the process collisions, which is... I don't know why you would make it a command. If you made it a command, I feel as if... I feel that maybe if you did it a different way, you would use a command. You know, like you were updating all the other collidables or something like that. But I think in this particular situation, this is fine. Because it only does it once per frame. So, you know, there's no... I don't feel that there's any issues. Other than that, the cleanup... right here, deleting of the collision manager goes through and deletes all of the commands. So yeah, that's for that. And then let me see if I can. Let's see, collision manager. It doesn't do any message, but I can guarantee you, like without a doubt, that this. Let's go ahead and put a breakpoint here, just so you can see. I'm gonna boot it up really quick. I guarantee without a doubt, this is called. This is deleted. I mean, it wouldn't make any sense otherwise. So yeah, so I mean this is the first scene anyways, so click and then it'll come up with another scene and get rid of it, and of course it goes through and it deletes everything. So yeah, that works for that. So that's being called. As for the collision test, the collision test pair is tiered. So you can see here all I did was I just commented out the visualizers. But you can see here that it is a tiered test. So at first it gets, you know, the const collision volume AABB for the groups, sees if they intersect. If they do, then it moves on to the sphere, gets the sphere, sees if that sphere intersects with the group. If it does, then it moves on, gets the default B sphere for the other group, and then it sees if those two B spheres intersect. If they do, then it moves on, and so on and so forth until it gets to the very bottom collision tier. So it is tiered. It does work. I promise you. I'll show you when we do our demo that it does work. For the collision self-test, it's basically the same thing minus like one stage. So instead of a group AABB, gets the default B spheres, and then basically it just goes ahead and tests those B spheres, and if they do work, then it goes ahead and does the actual collision. So yeah, that's I mean, it's like the same thing as the test pair, so it's pretty simple. As for the terrain test, this is the one where it goes ahead, and you doubted whether or not I'm testing against the entire terrain, but I proved to you that I am not testing against the entire terrain. I wrote the iterator for this one. You can see here that you know, I have this iterator installed, and it basically just goes through the beginning and it checks to see if it's the end, and if it's not the end, it increments it. And you can see, let me see if I can actually go to definition of that. Yep, there you can. So you can see here, this is my definition for whether or not, you know, how to increment it. And you can see I limited it down to one if statement, so I was really proud of that. So that's how it iterates. Let's go over the triangle rectangle area. You can see that it's, you know, it just basically, you know, makes the different things that it needs to make in order to make that iterator work. And then down here, it basically just goes in here and it does the collision test. You know, it gets the results for the collision volume of the intersecting AABB. If we go to, you know, test the actual, I want to show you the cell AABB and see if you can, I guess you can't. But basically, I want to prove to you that the terrain, I guess it's for a later episode because we do go over the terrain. But basically, this does work. And I'm not testing against every single cell, and I'll show you that later. But I'm only testing against the subset of cells that that fit the default AABB, which is actually generated from the B sphere. So it's kind of an interesting situation. Yeah, so that's it for this video, and we'll move on.